What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Welcome those who are new to my channel, and for those who consistently watch my channel, y'all know what it is. Please hit that like button. Also, newcomers, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. I got content for everybody, like I always say. And y'all, Terence Crawford versus Errol, the truth, Spence Jr. is exactly 40 days away, right? 40 days away. And a lot of people still don't believe it's occurring until they see the fighters walk to the ring, because it's been marinating for so long. This fight was people were talking about this fight 4 or 5 years ago, right? So now that we finally get in the fight, people still can't believe it's true. Y'all know me, I'm a boxing head. I'm licking my chops at this fight. I'm excited, I'm ecstatic. I can't wait to fight night, because this is a matchup, a dream matchup. This is like a boxing fan. This is a boxing fan's, like, I'm talking about, this is the shit boxing fans dream of at night. This type of matchup. And it got me wanting to talk about, is this fight the biggest fight in boxing in the last 10, 15 years? And I believe it is. But the bigger question is, with me saying that would mean that I'm conceding to the fact that this fight is bigger than Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. And y'all, it absolutely is. Not in terms of revenue, not in terms of pay-per-view buys, right? Errol, Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford aren't going to sell nearly as much as Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. for several reasons. One big reason is that by the time Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao fought, they were already legendary, iconic fighters. If they were never to fight each other, they were still going to be legendary. Now, it was always going to be a blemish on their record, because people were going to say, oh my God, you never fought that guy, you never fought this guy. But they had already beaten so many world champions at that point, y'all. Like, they had already, they had cult-like followings around each other. Seriously, it was already that serious. Cult-like to the next level. One other reason Floyd Mayweather was a personality that you probably had never really, you've seen personalities like Floyd before, but Floyd had the gift of gab. He was a showman. He was all into the gamesmanship. So he could talk so much shit that he would become the villain for the fight and have people invested to see him lose. Okay? So yeah, and Manny Pacquiao had an entire country behind. Everybody in the Philippines was rooting for Manny Pacquiao. So it's never going to reach that type of magnitude. It's never going, because of the legendary status of both of those fighters. Terence Crawford and Errol Spence are not legendary fighters yet. Now, they are on the trajectory for Hall of Fame careers. Terence Crawford would already be there due to the fact that he's been undisputed before, and he's a champion in 3 different weight classes. Errol Spence has been at 147 for his career, and although he's got 3 of the belts, he's a unified champion without question. Him winning this fight would make him a Hall of Fame fighter for sure, because he's undisputed in the weight class, right? But they both are on Hall of Fame career arcs, but legendary status has not got there yet. So it's not going to get the same revenue, but the potential in-ring performance is bigger in this fight than it was in the Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather fight. People were expecting fireworks, and I'm talking about people were expecting a goddamn barn burner. But let's be real. By the time Floyd Mayweather and Manny fought, Floyd was 38 years old. Manny Pacquiao was 36. They were on the tail end of their careers. Their best performances were behind them. So by the time Manny Pacquiao had diminished, Floyd Mayweather had certainly diminished. Floyd Mayweather that fought Manny Pacquiao was not the same Floyd that fought. I'm going to name the welterweight fights. Okay, I'm not going to name, because we know for damn sure he was not the same Floyd that fought Arturo Gatti. What's the other dude name? Golly, not the other dude. Diego Corrales. That wasn't the same, and all respect to the legendary Diego Corrales. But that wasn't the same Floyd that fought Chico Corrales, the same Floyd that fought Arturo Gatti, but it wasn't the same Floyd that fought Zab Judah, Ricky Hatton, Juan Manuel Marquez. None of that. This wasn't the same Manny Pacquiao that beat Antonio Margarito, Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, Shane Mosley. That wasn't the same Manny Pacquiao at that point. So due to the fact that they tailed off, the fight was more of at that point in his career, Floyd was Money Mayweather. So he was hit and not be hit. He was extremely defensive, but he also was a counterpuncher, mainly a counterpuncher. And he absolutely outclassed Manny Pacquiao in that fight. But at that point, Floyd was just mainly he fought just to counterpunch for the most part. That was his main game, the counterpunch, dodge, counterpunch, counterpunch, counterpunch. These two individuals bring the fight to each other. Okay, I can say this: Bud is a great He is a great counterpuncher for sure, but he's willing to get in there and mix it up, like mix it up with the best of them. Errol Spence, that is his bread and butter, mixing it up. Errol gonna go to that body. He gonna bang to that body, bang up top. He gonna use that jab. He gonna use the jab to establish distance and also to put the stick in your face to hurt you. Okay, to build the wear and tear in the fight. Terence Crawford, extremely athletic. In my opinion, even though I feel like Errol is a fucking dog, for real, I think Terence might have a little bit more explosive. He might be more of an explosive one punch knockout artist type of guy. He can hit you with one punch and kind of like knock you off your kilter. Errol, the accumulation of this shit will have you just all discombobulated and hurt and banged up. But these two type of styles where individuals got to go get them type style in them is going to make for, I think, a much more exciting fight. Now, I think to start the fight, there's going to be a lot more guys. They're going to be calculated with each other. They're going to be filling each other out. One guy going to see what the other guy can do. The other guy going to see what the other guy can do. They're going to be patient with each other. And then eventually the fight is going to become, I think it's going to become a war at some point in this fight. And Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather was never a war in that fight. It was just really just a display of boxing, boxing, what's the word I'm looking for? The sweet science. It was really a display of the sweet science versus an all-out war. This will have sweet science in it, but it's going to get to a war at some point. And that is where the fight is going to live up to the expectation that Floyd and Manny, that fight didn't live up to the expectation. It failed to live up to the expectation that people had. I think this fight will live up to the expectation for sure. The performances of these fighters will be much bigger in the ring, which I think will leave the crowd pleased. And especially if they do a rematch, I think it's going to be even better in a rematch. Okay? Because I think guys they're going to be more comfortable with each other in a way. They know what each guy can do and what they feel like they can't do that well. So I think it'll be even more explosive and much more exciting in a second fight. But I think this fight is gonna have a lot more excitement. You're gonna have some dramatic moments in the fight that boxing fans look for and the casual fans love. I think the casual fan will love this fight much more than they ever loved Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. I feel like the world, and I was in my senior year, my last year of undergrad. I was in my last year getting my bachelor's degree from Mississippi Valley State when Floyd fought Manny in 2015. And I remember women wanting to watch the fight because they were so intrigued and them being disappointed because they don't know that Floyd is a technician. He's a counterpuncher. Well, he used to whoop dude's ass. He used to kick dude's ass like I'm talking about like for real, like they stole some shit from him. At 130, 135, he was a bad motherfucker. Even at 140. 147, I think he started to tail off a little bit. The hand started to break. And you saw him be a lot more defensively responsible and him started to become more of a counter puncher. He was looking in for openings on punches to maximize opportunities to either one, hurt you or to rack up points. So I think during that fight, man, women were like, oh my God, women and casual fans, not just women, because there's men that are very much casuals, a lot of men. They let that fight disappoint. They're like, yo, this is what I paid for. This is what we was looking for. This is the fight that we thought. This is what we waited all these years for this. I think it's going to be something totally different. You got two guys who are still close to in their night. Terence 35, right? But he's not too far out of his prime for real. Errol Spence still, Errol like 33, still within his prime. So I think this is still a great matchup for these two individuals. And I think it has the potential to do extremely well in the ring. So that's why it's the biggest fight in the last 10 to 15 years because of the in-ring possibilities where we can see some knockdowns. We can see a lot of drama. We can see dudes taking some shots, some crazy shots. Where we be like, oh, shit. One of these welterweight fights where we like, oh, my fucking God. What is going on? One of them type of fights. And that is what the crowd looks for. That is what the casual fan looks for. Situations like that to where they be clamoring. Like, I mean, talking about sitting at the edge of their goddamn seat, wondering what's finna happen next. The in-ring potential for this fight, it's magnificent. It is extraordinary for real. Because when you got these two type of guys in the ring, the shit that could happen, it's a lot of crazy stuff that can go down. And I think this matchup will be talked about for decades. Seriously. I think when it's all said and done, these two individuals got the type of spirit within them and the type of dog within them that this fight will be talked about for decades. Because they are thirsty to show each other, I'm the best welterweight in the world. Terence Crawford say this is Terence Crawford era. Errol Spence say, fuck that, this is my time. I'm going to show y'all why I've been hurting these dudes and why I've been breaking these grown-ass men for the longest of time. You're going to see that, right? Errol say he going to break up like Kunta Kinte got broken. Bud say he out here, he going to serve up some goddamn fish. They going to have a fish fry. Errol said he Jamaican. He smoke bud for real. They smoke bud. The Jamaican smoke bud. So it's going to be, the shit talking is there. But I think realistically, they know what is on the line for them. And I think them guys got a different type of heartbeat within their chest. They trying to punish motherfuckers. They trying to punish each other to let people know, hey, I'm the real deal. Make no mistake about it. Don't get confused. I'm the shit at 147. You know, I've been the dude and I've been trying to tell y'all, and here's the proof. So that's why this fight's going to be much bigger. At the time Manny and Floyd fought, it was like, I want to show you I'm better than you. But what do we really, they have to prove that they were better. That one had to prove that they were better than the other. But their legacy was cemented. And I don't think the Mayweather loss really hurt Manny. It's just like, you just not better than him, but you were better than everybody else, okay? And then him beating Keith Thurman later really cemented his legacy and his legend. You know, so it was like, yeah, man, he really didn't have, after the fight, he didn't lose. And I don't think these guys are really going to lose much, but I think they're young enough to where, and then they're going to have more fights after that too. I don't know. I think this shit has just been marinating because they're still in their youth, mainly in their youth. Well, Bud is 1 year younger than Manny Pacquiao was. But I don't know, man. It feels different about the energy at this time. Manny had been through all them goddamn weight classes at that point. Bud been through 3. So maybe it's not as much wear and tear on Bud. It's not. Bud has not lost yet. These two are both undefeated. Manny had a couple of losses on the way. He had already got knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez, and that does not diminish what Floyd did to him, because I think it was going to happen. Floyd was going to do that to him regardless, even if he was undefeated. I just think Floyd was the better, more skilled guy, right? More skilled fighter. But Bud don't got it. Bud still has his O. Errol still has his O, which has this shit like Clash of the Titans. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.